My boy Frieza let us know all the way back in episode 99 of Dragon Ball Super that one day he wanted to reign over the Omni Kings, and well, in this what if, that may not be as far-fetched as you might think, because he's already killed a god of destruction. He's also actively on the hunt for the Super Dragon Balls, and within the next 24 hours, Frieza's wish is gonna be heard. Now, what exactly is that wish, and why does it pertain to Beast Gohan at all? Well, in hindsight, all this started as just a quick little sparring session between Beast Gohan and Black Frieza, but since then it has quickly evolved into a conflict that involves every single universe and beyond now. When Gohan pushed Frieza out of the universe with his Beast Kamehameha, a wormhole opened up that allowed for one of the oldest races in the multiverse to invade universes 6 and 7. We're talking about the Kage tribe, the Shadows. One of them pulled up to Earth, disguised himself as a human, and had Gohan, Piccolo, Goku, and Vegeta help him gather Earth's Dragon Balls. But it's not just one. There's actually hundreds upon thousands of them spread all across universes 6 and 7. Their strength lies in their numbers and their ability to immediately gather and understand all sorts of information through each other all at once. It's barely been a day or two and they've already somehow managed to gather 4 of the Super Dragon Balls. Meanwhile, Beerus has been summoned by the Grand Priest. He was explicitly told to help Gohan master his power because he has the ability to collapse the fabric of reality itself. It was his ability itself and not the force at which he hit Frieza that created the wormhole after all. Beerus obliges and also declares that he'll personally punish Frieza for what he's done, but by the time he's in Universe 8, Frieza has not only returned, he's also discovered a Super Dragon Ball as well. Now, what does everyone do and how does this conflict resolve? Well, Frieza was going to go look for the other Super Dragon Balls when the shadow from before pulls up in front of him along with Shenron. He immediately Hakkai's the shadow out of existence, then faces Shenron. Alright Dragon, I'll humor you. What's going on here, Frieza asks. Is that your wish or a question, Shenron asks back. It's a wish, unless I only get one of those, Frieza says. Frieza chuckles at his own joke and then goes to exterminate the dragon, but right as he's about to hit him with a Hakkai, someone appears before him and counters it. It was Vegeta, and Goku was here as well. After Shenron disappeared from Earth, both of them used instant transmission to come after him. What are you up to, Frieza? I heard you killed a god of destruction. Just what are you plotting now, Vegeta asks. Whatever indeed. I guess it'll become clear soon enough, Frieza replies. Obviously, it doesn't take long for our Saiyan duo to notice the humongous 1-star Super Dragon Ball right next to Frieza. I see, so that's how it is. You're gathering the Super Dragon Balls. For what? Is it about this immortality thing again, Vegeta asks? Not really. The old me wanted immortality because it was a way to cope with my own incompetence, but that's no longer the case. Immortality is but a distraction. What I seek is the next level, Frieza declares. This better not be about getting taller again, Goku adds, but Frieza would actually just laugh at this joke too. As always, you guys know how to make everything more interesting. Now, if you'll excuse me, Frieza states. He then uses his energy to move the Super Dragon Ball and prepares to leave, but of course, both Goku and Vegeta are gonna stand in his way. You must have gone completely insane if you think we're gonna let you leave with that, Vegeta says, but right as he blinks while finishing that sentence, Frieza skips through time and lands the kick of hell across Vegeta's face, and he made sure right before he made contact he switched to Black Frieza for full power. Vegeta gets sent flying through space and Goku would power up to Ultra Instinct right away, but Frieza is onto him. He slaps him with his tail and sends him crashing through a nearby planet. By the time they get a hold of themselves and return to this spot again using instant transmission, Frieza has already left with the Super Dragon Ball. This is a disgrace. Frieza has become even stronger. Since when did he learn time skip, Vegeta says. I guess we've got no other choice. I'm not even sure if Broly can handle him. I mean, what do you say? Let's just fuse and go after him, Goku asks Vegeta. Meanwhile, as it turns out, Frieza's instincts were on point. He finds the 4-star Super Dragon Ball right where he felt it would be. Little does he know that there's been a shadow attached to him this entire time, and this shadow is the one who mystically led him to that 1-star Dragon Ball and then to the 4-star Dragon Ball, unbeknownst to him. And by this point in time, the rest of the shadows have already gathered the other 5 Super Dragon Ball. And yeah, that would mean at this point, all 7 Super Dragon Balls have been found. The other 5 are in Universe 6 though, so how is Frieza gonna get there and get all of them from the shadows? He doesn't even know that one of them is stuck to him. Meanwhile, Goku and Vegeta are still contemplating whether they should fuse or not, with Frieza realizing that the rest of the Super Dragon Balls aren't in this universe. Now, the last time he managed to break into another universe, it was thanks to Beast Gohan. Frieza decides to try and replicate that feat. He uses his mind to revisit that moment and creates an energy beam of the same wavelength as Gohan's Beast Kamehameha. He blasts it into the space above him and, well, it actually does create a wormhole similar to Gohan's. Frieza would grin and pass through along with the 2 Super Dragon Balls he had with him. Although when he exits the wormhole, he's left completely confused. Right there in front of him are all of the rest of the 5 Super Dragon Balls. Alright, whoever did this, just show yourself now, Frieza declares. At this point, he could tell that he's being watched or at least tracked. Well, the Shadows have also achieved their goal of gathering the Super Dragon Balls now as well, so all of them, including the one attached to Frieza, materialize in front of him in the form of a singular individual. I see, so it was you guys after all, Frieza laughs. Precisely, we were the ones who showed you those 2 Super Dragon Balls, and we were also the ones who guided you to this point in the universe, the Shadows reply. And it was also you who tipped the God of Destruction of Universe 8 about me, right? Frieza asks. Yes, although none of us expected that you'd actually be able to take him out, this worked out perfectly for us. We'll use Super Shenron to get a physical body, and the Kage tribe shall rule Universe 8 from here on out, the Shadow declares. Frieza can tell that none of them were afraid of him. Not at all. I'm curious, do you think that I'd be able to let you guys have your way? I can literally erase you from existence and use the Dragon Balls for myself, Frieza declares, but they just start laughing at him. Fortunately, that's just not possible. It would take you 1,000 years to eliminate all of us, the Shadows reply. Well, let's see if that estimate is accurate or not, Frieza replies while lifting his hand to use a Hakai. Whatever, do what you can. We'll be summoning the dragon for our wish, the Shadows reply. Wait, by any chance, do you guys actually even know the language, Frieza asks? Yes, the Kage tribe is always one step ahead, they reply. Hearing this, Frieza bolsters a sickening grin on his face. All the pieces have fallen into place. Now the only thing he needs is a little bit of diplomacy and the multiverse will become exactly as he wants it to be. In fact, he may even get a powerful ally out of all of this. Alright then, let's do it, Frieza declares, with the Shadow looking back at him confused. Can you guys take over someone else's body, Frieza asks. Actually, yes we can. Why is that, they reply. I have a proposal. An offer so good you'd feel stupid saying no, Frieza states. What exactly are you plotting, they ask. And this is where Frieza lays out a plan that's gonna lead them to the most ambitious alliance of all time. Frieza explains that they should wish for the dissolution of the current order. The Supreme Kais, the Destroyers, the Angels, even the Grand Priest and the Omni Kings, if that's possible, should be removed from authority. He wants the multiverse being thrown into anarchy, just an absolute free-for-all for everybody. Of course, the Shadows are kinda critical of Frieza's plan. It's his wish after all, not theirs, but what Frieza tells them next is something that completely takes them by surprise. An idea that's about to show you just how devious Frieza is. When the current multiversal order is dissolved, Super Shenron will no longer be a divine being, which means that they should be able to take over the dragon's body. That was Frieza's plan. The multiverse being thrown in turmoil and the Kage tribe will merge with Super Shenron. And that was it. The Shadows were sold. That sounded, if they could pull that off, that sounded phenomenal to them. And as Frieza would extend a handshake to the Kage tribe, sealing their partnership, Goku and Vegeta would finally decide to fuse into Gogeta in Universe 7. Now, back in Universe 6, the only reason that Champa and Vados aren't aware of Frieza and this shadow figure at this point in time is because they're in a vacuum created by the ancient Kage tribe's technique. This is the only reason that Champa and Vados haven't been tipped off yet, but unfortunately at this point, even if they were, it's already too late. The Shadows summon Super Shenron using the divine language and ask him to dissolve the current order of the multiverse. Naturally, Super Shenron feels concerned to say the least when he hears the request, but a wish is a wish and he is bound by this. He acknowledges and grants their wish, and just like that, the Omni Kings and the Grand Priest would be robbed of their ability to erase universes out of existence. Be it the Supreme Kais, the Destroyers, the Dragon God Zalama, the Omni Kings, even the Grand Priest. All of them simultaneously lose their authority and the multiverse is forever changed now. Frieza would give their plan a round of applause. As for the Shadows, they follow through with Frieza's plan also, and all of them start merging with Super Shenron's body before the Super Dragon Balls can disperse. Within a second or two, they've already become one with the dragon. Super Shenron would be engulfed by this darkness, and it would start condensing and take up this humanoid form, and Frieza was, needless to say, amused by what he saw. Well then, what should I call you from now on? Shadow Shenron maybe, or just Dark Shenron, Frieza asks?
We are now one. We are Null, the Shadow replies with this
deep reverberation in his voice now. Man, you're making it sound like we're bringing about the Age of Darkness or something, Frieza laughs. That might not be wrong, but thank you, Frieza. The Kage tribe will no longer have to live without a physical form. We'll never be irrelevant again, he says. Don't mention it, this is just basic diplomacy. Let us continue to rely on each other in this new multiverse, Frieza declares. What is your endgame though? What do you seek to attain from all of this, Null asks. Strength and opportunity. All of this chaos is gonna make me even stronger, Frieza says sadistically. Frieza and the Null exchange a handshake and go their separate ways. For the time being, Frieza uses the wormhole to return to Universe 7. Tell me now, Frieza. What was your wish? Frieza is asked as soon as he comes out of the wormhole on the other side. And as expected, it's Gogeta. He's been waiting for Frieza to come back to their universe. I see. You two fused like when you fought against that Saiyan brute Broly. Very well then, Gogeta, as you said it was. You shall be my first victim in this new multiverse, Frieza declares as he unleashes the full brunt of his power. And just what the hell do you mean by that, Gogeta replies. And I'm gonna let you guys know right now, in the next episode, we're about to go crazy with the full-scale battle between Black Frieza and Ultra Gogeta now. Meanwhile, back on planet Earth though, because we can't forget about Gohan. His instincts are screaming as his mind gets taken over by this sudden, raging impulse out of nowhere. What is going on in the multiverse?